Okay, BookTube, I'm here to talk about how I judge books. More so, I'm going to talk about what makes a book good for me. There are a few things I look for. First and foremost, this trumps everything, the writing. A book could have a great plot, it could have superb characters that I love, and everything else that you want in a book, but if the writing just isn't there, then I probably won't love it. I'm a maximalist, in case you can't tell by my shelves, in case you can't tell by my living space. You know, that's the complete opposite of a minimalist. I want lots of things around me. I want lots of colors, and I want lots of objects and lots of textures. I want to be stimulated all the time and have lots of things to look at and think about and feel and stuff. And I think this is reflected in the kind of writing I like too. I like verbosity, lots of words. I like pleonasm, and I love descriptions of scenery and people and feelings, and that. I love that. You know, I love when an author isn't afraid to reach for that. And what I'm talking about here is an author once told my brother that he keeps his writing simple because only some outstanding authors are really able to do complex writing really well. And if you try and fail, it is really disastrous. So you're either going to really score or you're going to fail miserably when it comes to this kind of writing. And when I heard that, I responded with, well, why does he not even try? Why is he resigning himself to simplicity and mediocrity if he thinks that complexity is that good? Yeah, this really frustrated me because, you know, you got to practice at it, obviously. And I really enjoy that kind of writing, and I wish a lot more authors would do that. There's also certain, I think with everyone, there's that certain je ne sais quoi in writing style that appeals to different people. You know, it's something that you can't quite quantify or put into words, a certain maybe poetic feeling, or the pace, or maybe just a writer who is able to manipulate the way in which you read through the construction of their words. Yeah, and a bonus, also in regards to writing, is a sense of humor. I love it. You know, it doesn't always work, but I am more inclined to like your book if you don't take yourself too seriously. Next on my hierarchy of what makes a book good is characterization. I hear people all the time say that they don't like a book if the characters are not relatable to them. But for me, part of reading is getting to experience other things. So for example, I want to read about a character that commits murder, precisely because I don't want to commit murder. You know, I want to find out what that feels like. I want to read about these things. So I'm not obviously going to relate to someone who wants to murder someone, but I want to see what leads them up to that. What do they feel doing it afterwards, and what kind of effect does it have? You know, I want characters that I'm interested in, that are not necessarily relatable or likable. I really am perfectly fine. I adore unlikable characters. You know, I want interesting characters that are experiencing real struggles. I'd rather read about characters experiencing starvation and poverty and war and death and psychological trauma and all those kind of not fun things. You know, I want their existence to be conditional on getting through these. I want the author to take characters, break them, expose their dark side. You know, these people aren't perfect, they're not going to be happy through everything. Let's see that. I want to see that. Next on the hierarchy is depth. Not the, hey, I'm 12 and this is deep. Hopefully you get that. As in, like, stuff that you think you're deep when you're in high school, middle school, you know. I want to go beyond that. Not the sort of, like, meaningless stuff that kind of falls apart as soon as you, like, poke sticks at it, or take a closer inspection. I want a book that actually asks you to use your brain. You know, I don't mind being confused while I'm reading. I don't want to say, like, I enjoy it, but, because, you know, confusion is not a nice state to be in, but I like the coming out at the other end of that confusion and realizing or coming to conclusions and such. you know, I like stopping while I'm reading and having to kind of mesh the philosophy that's presented in the book with the text and with life and learning more about it. I like having to pause it and be like, I gotta look up a lecture on this topic, or I gotta look up an article about this because it's interesting me. You know, I like being challenged intellectually and presented with different arguments. So for example, I absolutely abhor, hate, I want a stronger word than hate because I really feel that way towards objectivism. But I loved Atlas Shrugged by Ayn Rand, which is about objectivism, because it made me think, it made me, you know, come to different conclusions, and it made me grow as a person. I hate that term, but you know, it really did help me evolve. And lastly is plot. I could really care less about plot. I think this probably is the reason why I have no problem DNFing books, because if those other elements aren't there, then I really don't care how the story ends. There are a few occasions where I will still reading to get the plot, but chances are it's not gonna be one of my favorite books, or a book that I really enjoyed or really liked or will recommend to other people. It'd just kind of be like, meh, I read it, let's, you know, move on to the next one. And now that I've explained like the elements, I also want to explain another factor. I judge books based on their genre and their level of reading and what they ask of the reader. So for example, if I'm going to pick up a YA, I'm going to hold it to a different standard that I'm going to judge a classic by. They're not going to be the same, you know, elements that I'm looking for. We don't like to think that there's a hierarchy in literature, but there is. You know, I'm not going to hold your hand and tell you there's not, but there is. Some books are better than others. Some genres are better than others. So I'm not going to go into a YA fantasy expecting it to be good as a philosophical classic. You know, I look for different things in them. Really, you know, let's not mince words here. It's really stupid if you're holding them to the same standards, because they're totally different levels and totally different books. So yeah, that's my elements that I look for in a book and how I judge what is a good book for me. So that's it. Let me know your #1 thing that you look for in a good book, and thank you for watching.